And I'm ready to cover this. That's right. Holy moly. We've got some mega spice between a lot of old guard on YouTube, ProJared, PeanutButterGamer, Commander Holly, whatever her name is, never heard of her before today. But I want to start by saying this. Something like 50% of the country gets divorced, all right? I'm not going to shame ProJared and his ex-wife for getting divorced. That happens, and in my experience, no matter how one-sided things may seem, there's usually enough blame to go around. So I'm not going to really cover that part. Secondly, doing it publicly like this is not good. It's not good for anybody. But this is the route they chose, and so I'm going to cover it. Here we go. Last night, Jared put out a statement. As far as I could tell, this is how it starts. ProJared puts out a statement saying, basically, I know this may come as surprising and upsetting to many of you, but know that we do this so we may both seek happiness for ourselves during this time. You may see a lot of rumors, speculation, and gossip going around. Ask, blah, blah, blah. So it says, my wife Heidi and I have filed for divorce. In my experience, filing for divorce means you've probably been separated for some time and different things going on. Regardless of the fact, this drops, I see it. You know what? People get divorced all the time. Not a big deal. Now, his ex-wife, though, has a little different plan. She goes on a tweet storm saying, I recently learned that my husband, ProJared, had been snuggling Holly Conrad behind my back for months. I have no idea what announcement he just made because he blocked me. I have proof, illicit conversations, and photographs of the relationship, which he extensively lied to me about on many occasions. He was promising me that he was committed to our relation at the time and was promising her he was breaking up with me. He went so far as to blame me for being suspicious and making him feel like a bad person by questioning his loyalty. He gaslit me for months, insisting that he had, quote, the bare minimum interactions with her and didn't even like her. Meanwhile, they were having a good time in bed. Jared tried very, very hard to make me feel responsible for everything that's gone wrong in our relationship. He technically broke up with me in February, insisting that the only thing wrong with our marriage was me, insisting that he had tried to make things work. He was unable to confess to his infidelity, even when presented with proof. He squirmed in denial until the last minute, getting angry and defensive. His statement is nothing more than an attempt to silence me before I can reveal anything. I gave him the opportunity to make the statement about his infidelity before I did. I told him it would be less embarrassing for him if he was honest with his own friends first. I'm honestly shocked that he posted this today because it's so blatantly selfish. This isn't a mutual statement in any way. I did tell him that I wouldn't sign an NDA regarding his behavior. I've suffered enough to sell him my dignity, too. Zoinks. All right? So you're like, okay, so they got divorced. They're having a lover's quarrel, whatever. Then the lewds start leaking. And there are many of which I wish that I hadn't seen ProJared's dong, but I can tell you unequivocally that I have. You see the ex-wife continuing on. Honestly, Holly Conrad, you look very ashamed and insecure in your lewds. You sent my husband. I think it would help your chronic self-esteem issues if you started banging men who weren't already married. Boom! Zoinks. We have pictures like this, but I'm talking full-on sausage in many pictures. Now, I thought the rule of thumb around sending these type of photos was, look, if you're going to send them, I myself have never partaken in that. I don't judge someone for doing it, but I will tell you, if you're sending it, you better expect it to end up on the internet one day, because that's just the way it works. At least in my experience anyway. Now, essentially, to recap, ProJared cheated on his wife and with Heidi. Sorry. The whole time he was also with Holly, who was also an ex of Ross from Game Grumps. It was also around the time that Holly and Ross split, and he solicited lewds from minors. And PeanutButterGamer is defending it. Here is PeanutButterGamer replying to Heidi, saying, "This ain't it, Chief. Don't you think this is a bad idea?" So here he's defending his friend. Now, these are the same guys that ousted Jon Tron, of course, from the moral high ground. But that's exactly how it goes. And I've only started on the spice. So then we see more and more leaks. My roommate and I both added him because we thought it was a big joke. But then he started getting more explicit in the way he talked to him and trying... but he started getting more explicit in the way we talked to him and trying to get us to send lewds, and sent some risque pictures of both of us. I eventually stopped responding and took pictures of my roomie's snaps. Here we have ProJared's bulge. We have, I don't know, that. I had to see it, so now you have to see it. All right? There is no unsee juice. Okay? This is nothing. This is nothing compared to what was leaked out. Now, it gets worse for ProJared. ProJared manipulated me via Tumblr when I was underage. When I was 16 in 2016, ProJared posted a request for spicy photos on his Tumblr. He'd posted similar requests before, and I'd ignored him, but this one I bit. I sent him a lewd image of my bobs. I am a trans man and wasn't on any hormones or anything at that point. Squished behind one arm, no nip, with the caption, "I'm 16, so no more," or something along those lines. I definitely specified I was 16. The next day, I felt guilty to message Jared and apologize. He told me there's no need to apologize. He really appreciated it. There was some back and forth in which he told me he used to run a blog of these type of things and had posted some of his own junk on it, and he was considering starting another one. I encouraged him. I know I made bad choices. I shouldn't have sent the initial one. I shouldn't have started the conversation, but he knew I was underage and continued the conversation. We spoke sensually. He sent me pictures of him, cosplay, with his junk very visible. He told me details about his bedroom life and fantasies. Eventually sent me his junk pic. This was maybe March or July of 2016 when this was happening. We didn't speak every day, but most. I sent him actual real lewds. He knew I was 16, and he told me that he and Heidi were in an open relationship, and she was happy for him to talk to this way to people online. He remade his NSFW blog, and I submitted to it with the explicit instruction to not share posts online. I'm 16. He posted them anyway. After editing information I provided, I don't remember how Tumblr's submission feature worked at the time, but this may have been involved in downloading pictures and resubmitting them. But I think this may have involved downloading the pictures and resubmitting it without the lines telling him not to post it. Then the whole Tumblr hacking happened, and he lost the original blog. When he remade it, he messaged telling me I was disgusting and awful, and that I'd sent his lewds to people and thus broken his trust. Quote, I did send a junk pic to someone because he told me he was into exhibitionism. Time passes, and a close friend of mine, who was also underage at the time, had been manipulated in the same way for a much longer period of time. They also had screenshotted evidence, which I did not. I deleted my blog soon after, and Jared told me I was awful, so lost all evidence. At that point, I hadn't comprehended that I had been manipulated until late March 2019. I contacted a few people who had worked with Jared and informed them of this behavior. I had a document of evidence from the internet as a whole. So, yikes. Here's a live look in at Jon Tron right now. looking it back. Now, Jon Tron, of course, was called every name in the book for stuff he said by guys like PeanutButterGamer and the Normal Boots clan. Obviously, some of the things he said were pretty spicy, but their reactions to the ProJared situation and caping for the guy shows a lot of double standards and hypocrisy. So essentially, again, ProJared cheated on Heidi, gaslit her the whole time. It was also with Holly, who was the ex from Ross of the Game Grumps. The Game Grumps have also deleted all the videos featuring ProJared. I mean, Game Grumps have deleted ProJared videos. His wife has exposed him to be garbage. His lewds are out online, and now he's being outed as somebody who's traded pictures with underage kids. Let's check in on how things are going for ProJared. Whoa! You've lost 45,000 subscribers today. Let's see, 988, 7. Whoa. Oh my God. He may lose 100,000 subscribers today alone. Look at it go. Let's check in on PeanutButterGamer, who decided to cape for his friend, even though they were soliciting these type of photos. Zoinks! Losing 7,000 today. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I would assume that's going to continue to go down. Although PeanutButterGamer has disavowed after initially caping for his friend by saying, I understand why some people are upset with me, but being unfair with the situation, it's hard for me to not say anything. I just hope that people let this play out a bit before jumping to conclusions. Perhaps it's not my place to say it, but I hope Jared chooses to defend himself. This all goes away if you don't put it all out there in the public eye. Jared chose to do that, what it looks like. Then he goes on to say, if there's anything else going on with the situation, including soliciting these photos, etc., I wouldn't know about that. I hope it's not true, and it's obviously not something I would defend. Not going to save you. Here we have Commander Holly, whose channel appears to be in disarray anyway. Whoa! Today doesn't go well for Commander Holly either. 283, 616. Zoinks continues to drop. So the internet is essentially canceling ProJared, Commander Holly, and it doesn't look good for PeanutButterGamer. I'm guessing that he's going to be fine. He'll issue some sort of apology, but it didn't look good. And ultimately, when you are kicking it with these kind of people, a lot of these people are of the pro-social justice. They're going to cancel you. That's the way cancel culture works. I mean, you have this Heidi and Holly, Commander Holly. I can D&D. I also have 40% female and 10% bird demographic. This is back to where they met. ProJared has been demodded from his own subreddit. To summarize, lewds online. Ex-wife roasts you. By the way, in my opinion, a gigantic downgrade in physical appearance, but I don't know either of these women in general, so that's not for me to say. Game Grumps deleted his videos. YouTube, I mean, he's going to lose 100, 200, 300,000 subscribers in a blink of an eye. His own subreddit, ProJared subreddit, is actually hilarious. Someone was worried that Jared was a moderator. There would be censorship going on. Subreddit founder replied saying that he had just demodded Jared. Your own subreddit disavows you. All right. The internet, of course, is having its fun. The mimetic value of all of this is going to continue. What was interesting was the top comment below Jared's divorce statement was his side chick saying, I'm so sorry you're going through this. I'm here for you if you need me. Knowing what we know about Holly Conrad, and look, adults gonna adult, okay? You're gonna do what you want to do, and that's why I'm not saying like, yo, People cheat all the time. People get divorced all the time. This is the way the world works. Unfortunately, nobody's willing to work on issues. Sometimes people are just genuinely incompatible. But to have it all play out in public, to now have a vivid picture of ProJared's joystick, amongst other photos that I cannot unsee, getting disavowed by his own subreddit, being canceled on YouTube. This has been a beautiful disaster. And somewhere, Jon Tron is having a quiet chuckle to himself while playing in his flex tape fort. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.